Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Stan Kennedy. In today's video, I'm going to give you a review and an overview of the S60 Rear. I've had it in a while. It's time to change that oil in it, so we're going to be doing that as well. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on this rear and what I think about it. So stick around at the end of the video. I'll give you my final review on that. But let's get to it, guys. So this is really all the materials we'll need. It's pretty easy. Got a couple replacement. We got 2 quarts, so Strange calls for 2 quarts, and they also call for 85 W140 weight, and this is non-synthetic. They specifically said non-synthetic, so I'm going with the manufacturer. I'm not one of those that just, you know, goes off whatever the manufacturer of this rear says, that's what I'm gonna go for. So anyway, got some brake cleaner to kind of clean out the rear kind of once I do it. Now once you do that, you want to make sure that you get all that brake cleaner, allow it to dissipate, because you don't want the solvents in the gear oil when you put the back in, right? That's the only thing I really don't like about using brake fluid. You just got to make sure it's all out. Of course, some shop towels here to clean it all out. Then I got me a tray here, and then I went ahead and just got one of these little tote trays here just to kind of some extra protection on the floor. This stuff stinks, guys, so I mean, it stinks bad, so I'm dreading just smelling it. The job isn't that bad, but this stuff just stinks. This is one video you'll probably smell. All right, guys, let's get to it. All right, I'm gonna take you under here. Just kind of give you a quick tour of what we're gonna be doing. So that's the beast. Yeah, so we're gonna be going through this. Go ahead, take the bolts off. There's also a drain plug here at the bottom. So we'll go ahead and drain that. This is the fill here. There's a drain on the bottom, but I'm probably going to go ahead and take the cover off. Oh, there's one more thing I got to show you. Hold on. Yep. So instead of, typically you just need some RTV for this, but I wanted to go ahead and check this out and try it. This is called Lube Locker. It's basically got a seal, O-ring gasket kind of built into it, if you will. So we're going to be using this, and let's check it out real quick. So yeah, you can see here, we definitely have, that's going to basically seal it there, triple sealed, and pretty nice gasket. So we're going to try this out, guys. All right, guys, there's a drain plug. It's at the bottom of it. So that's the plan. We're going to go ahead, undo that, and start to get all the bolts. Go ahead and take all the bolts off, take this cover off, clean it, clean the surface around the edge. And then we'll go ahead and put the new Lube Locker gasket on, and then we'll go ahead and take this out. Once we put this back on, we'll take this plug out, and that's how we'll fill it. So pretty straightforward. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead 3/8. All right, you're gonna need a 3/8, and it's gonna look like that, okay? And then when we put this plug back in, I always put some Teflon tape around it. Yep, nice and good. Take that out, and we'll watch the fun begin. And it still looks fresh. Obviously it's not that old, it was just built. So, but per the instructions, after you get that 45 mile per hour at the max break-in time, then they suggest go ahead, pull the back cover, drain the oil, and go ahead and do a complete fluid change. And so that's what we're going to do now. That's pretty sweet, having the drain plug instead of like taking the back cover off and it all just kind of whoosh. It's already starting to drip. Oh man, that drain plug at the bottom there is freaking sweet. I'm not used to that. So that's awesome. All right, guys, we went ahead, got all the bolts off. Now we'll go ahead and pry this back cover off, and that's the next step. So let's get ready for the fun. Let's get this side you guys are on. Oh shit, no wonder. I'm freaking forgetting a bolt. I didn't see it from over here. you guys are probably looking at it like, Stan, you got another bolt. That's what happened. I'm glad you guys caught that. It's right here. You guys saw it all the time probably. Try to do this one. This does have a gasket on it. So it looked like they used RTV on the housing side, but not really on the lid side or the cover side. So that should really make cleaning that much easier. At least I just have to get the gasket RTV off the cover side here. All right guys, I just went ahead, took some rags and basically, or I took some shop towels and basically just wiped as best I could all through there and on the bottom. Now we're going to go ahead and clean this gasket off and this RTV off the housing side. Then I'll probably just shoot a little bit of brake cleaner in there. Everything just looks super clean and just really the brake-in fluid looked great. So it probably would have been fine like it is, but you know, we just, hey, you're in it this deep, you might as well just do a simple fluid change just to kind of stay with the program there and the warranty. So that's what we're doing. So I'll go ahead, clean off some of this gasket now, and probably a combination of a razor blade and a little brass brush, just a little small brush that I typically have really good luck with here once I get down to the finer points. It's soft so it won't scratch the material. And I'll probably use something like this scraper here. It's a little handle like a screwdriver. I'll work on that, and then maybe a little bit of a razor blade. So that's kind of the plan there, guys. Let's just see how much we can pull off the big stuff here. The more big stuff you can pull off, the better. And then it's just gonna stick where the RTV is, which looks like they just ran it on the inside of the holes. So for you guys that are just doing this gasket, and it just looks like what they did, Strange did, was they ran it on the inside of the hole and just put a nice bead there, kind of going all around. So if you're going to do a gasket, or some guys just do complete RTV and that's it, typically on the rear. So it's up to you, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Guys, we're going to give it one final wipe down here. Just kind of make sure all the grease is off the mating surface. So guys, the best tip I can give you on this is really the most important step, is making sure you clean this as good as possible. So if you don't, it's going to leak. If you get any kind of oil containment, especially if you just use RTV, that's going to leak. So one of the tricks I can tell you is normally your oil will kind of pool right here, and before and after you put your RTV or your gasket or whatever you're going to use, sometimes it can continue to seep down. So make sure you put something in here, rag, get all that up in this little pocket here. And that goes for any type of rear that you're doing, I've seen. So you can see here, that thing's pretty much dry, and we're ready to put this back together, I think. Let me take you in there. Ooh, yeah. She's looking good. Nice and clean. Got everything done. So you can see there, it's looking good. I didn't see anything damaged. You know, everything just turned out super well. So we'll go ahead and clean the rear diff cover with some brake fluid, and then from there, see how it goes. So I'll get you guys up here in a minute. Guys, we'll go ahead. This goes on dry, everything that I read. So it's got the sealer built in it, so I can just figure out. I don't think there's one side or the other. They're both the same. So That's really it. Bam. Oh shit. That always happens. Grab me another bolt. Get two started. All right. Snug them down, then we'll torque them in a crisscross pattern, crisscross applesauce. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead, just use a little bit of thread sealant on the plug and then also on the fill plug. So I would highly suggest that on any of these fittings here. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and put the plug back in. All right, we still got to torque down these bolts. I'm going to look up the torque spec and then we'll go ahead and do that. All right, it's going to be 35. So I'm just going to go ahead and split the difference and do the first pass at 15. That's 15. Now we're going to go ahead, put it up to 35. Okay, guys. Now we just got to fill it up. Go. It's looking good. All right, guys, got this little pump. Just gonna hook this up and see if I can just pump it in there. All right, guys, so it's time for me to go ahead and give you a review and kind of an overview of what I think about this S60 Rear by Strange, okay? So I've had it a little while, and so I wanted to give you kind of a review of that. But before I do, if this video was helpful, smash that like button, guys. Comment below what rear you have. Have you had pretty good luck with it? If you've got the S60, let me know what you think about it. And for those of you who get something out of the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. All right, so let's talk about the rear. First of all, I'm super impressed with the quality. It's just freaking way up there. I had zero problems with it. It's just been freaking awesome. Let's talk about just being street worthy. The quiet, it's very quiet. It's a very quiet rear, which it was something that I was really hoping that it wasn't gonna be a noisy rear. I know even new ones sometimes can have just a little bit of whine, and this one is just perfect. So thumbs up for that. I think it was built super well, and I'm super happy with that. You know, just in terms of the drivability, turns, all that kind of stuff, it just works super well. The posi in it is just, you can just feel the car, so much more power being transferred to the wheels now. You know, unfortunately I still have the Michelin Pilot Sport, so I'm gonna have to update sort of the traction and how much it'll handle when I actually get some tires that's gonna hook. So that's gonna be coming soon, so look forward to that. But overall, I'm just really happy with the rear. Now, you know, if you guys are figuring out, should I do a 9-inch, should I do an 8.8, should I do the Strange S60 or a 12 bolt? You know, I kind of went through that whole mental gymnastics arena, and let me tell you, for the most part, the 9-inch, the 8.8, and the S60, you know, I found to be just, it's just gonna be a preference thing, to be honest with you. I think all of those, if they're built well, is just gonna do you great. So don't feel like if you choose one, you kind of gonna miss out on the other one. It depends on what you do with the car. Where the S60 is heavier, right? It's heavier than the 9-inch, but it's supposed to be less power loss through it. So, you know, there's always something. There's no perfect rear out there. For you guys that want to swap out your third member and your gears for different applications, the 9-inch is definitely the way to go there. If you're going for just, you're concerned about keeping it light, your 8.8 is definitely a good choice there. For the cost of the 8.8, I just felt like having a bulletproof, beefy S60 was just, for me, the way to go. So overall, I highly recommend this, and it was just great, and plus you just get so many added things for not a lot of cost. They narrowed it without, any cost to me. I got it narrowed a ½ inch on each side. Also, the fill plugs and the drain plugs. A lot of times you'll see rears, they charge you extra for all that stuff. Nope, it was there. The brake line little bracket retainers that's welded on the rear works perfect. So just, for me and what I'm doing with the car, it's been killer. I did upgrade the yoke. I did just about every upgrade I could think of. The only thing that I will say is get it powder coated, guys. I kind of cheaped out on that. I wish I hadn't. It was another $300, $200 or $300. I forget what it was now. But as you can see in the video, kind of where my jack kind of goes underneath of it, it's just, I kind of painted it with the rattle can, and I prepped it. The rest of the rear is holding up well. It's just wherever it kind of gets the slightest nick, the paint kind of pops off. So I kind of wish I had got it powder coated. So take my advice, spend the extra money, get it powder coated. I just touch up mine, and who cares? It's underneath the car. So guys, that's the video for today. Hope you guys love it. I got some really cool stuff. I've got my UMI performance video already filmed that quite a while ago. It's just I wanted to put the GoPro under the car and start filming some of that. So that's coming next. And then also I've got a complete new LSX Concepts front bracket accessory kit that's just going to be sweet. It's the race drive kit that they have, so I'll be doing a video on that. I already have it in. I've just got a bunch of work to do, and I'll catch you guys up. See you on the next video.